Hello, everyone. I am Rachel Yager, and today I'm with Steve Cole from Worldpay from FIS. And we are going to invite him later to have a keynote on SRC and global commerce. We would like to first ask him what explain in simple terms what is payments all about and some of his insights about the future. So, Steve, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hi. Please share, what do you think when we think about payments? What is payment exactly about in this period during this COVID-19 lockdown, before the lockdown, and in the future?
Right.
What do you think about payment is?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at its very basic function, payments is about taking the data from a merchant's point of sale, whether that's online or, in a physical store, and taking that data and moving it essentially all the way to the issuer that issued the card, so that that customer can purchase the items from that merchant in a matter of milliseconds, right? And that, interestingly, takes a lot of technology to do it, but it's probably not really the most interesting part of payments, right? It's something that we all do and probably don't think a lot about, but there's so much more around payments enabling global commerce. If you think about the e-commerce platforms that are out there and the ability to do payments online, the ability to do the one-click type payments and what that really entails, the ability to bring different value-added services to merchants, and it's not just payments services, but it could be security services to secure the data that they have in their environment. It could be data analytics services so that they can better understand their customers' behaviors and the services that they can provide to their customers. And it can be things like gift card programs. There's just a plethora of different opportunities for the payments industry to provide value to merchants and to consumers. And when we look at this COVID environment we're in, two of the biggest areas that we're seeing our impact is that e-commerce space, right? So many people buying online now and through the digital spaces, and the ability to keep that environment up and running, right? It's billions of transactions are moving through this system. And if we don't keep those transactions flowing, this lockdown would get a lot uglier if people weren't able to, purchase those items online and get them shipped to their homes. And then the other area where we're seeing, incredible interest is people still have to get out from time to time and do things, but when they're trying to purchase things, contactless is all of a sudden just really taken off, right? Because people don't want to, touch the terminals if they don't have to, and if they can do that tapping and pay experience, that's become very powerful, whether they're doing it with a contactless card or if they're doing it through their phone, through Apple Pay or Google Pay. That's become a very common way of paying now. Contactless had been growing, even prior to COVID, but since the COVID experience has occurred, interest in contactless has just skyrocketed, and we have merchants that are just left and right trying to get contactlessly enabled as quickly as they can, so that they can give their customers that experience, that touchless experience. But at some point, COVID will end, and we will start to move to the future. And I think the areas that we're going to see a lot of work in, one is around security, because we have seen in COVID a lot of the bad actors trying to take advantage of this lockdown scenario to steal payment data, right? Get card data and then go commit fraud with that data. So I think we're going to see even a greater focus on cybersecurity and securing payment data. And that's, part of what, you know, we're going to be talking about later with secure remote commerce, right, is securing that data to make it harder for the bad actors to get a hold of it. And I think another area that's going to be very big in the future is going to be, it's around the data analytics and understanding customers and customer behavior. And we're just now really getting to where we have the tools that can mine the billions of transactions that we have and really bring some insight into the market and provide that to our merchants and our financial institutions so that they can, you know, provide those valuable services to their customers as well. So those are two areas I think are going to be really exciting as we move into the future of payments, but again, is interesting. Those aren't the payments themselves, right? It's the things you can do with all that, you know, the payment data and the things that need to be done to secure that payment data.
Yeah, that certainly. I think that one of the thing, just like for me to make some purchase on simple items during this lockdown, really truly appreciate, right, what the payments, how stable all these activities are, and we are so we are so jaded, like we are so used to getting things delivered like within one day or same day, and then
Right.
suddenly during this lockdown is 2 weeks, oh my goodness, you know, 2 weeks. And just imagine if the payment, which is the fundamental technologies to facilitate that transaction, is not working well, right? You know, we are and we see how solid we are in this during this lockdown period, how we can really use payments and also e-commerce to really get our life together, so to say.
Exactly.
At least from our part of the world, in USA, I believe that's the case. And so with that said, I would like to ask you to give us a bit of a teaser about what you'll be talking about in your keynote.
Sure. So we'll be talking about a new, it's kind of a new concept. It's called Secure Remote Commerce, or SRC. It's a specification that was developed by EMVCo, which are the folks that have brought us the EMV chip cards and contactless transactions. And Secure Remote Commerce has a goal of creating a more secure, a more seamless, and a more streamlined online buying experience, with the hopes of not only providing a more secure transaction, but also one that provides less friction and provides a better cardholder experience, so that our online shopping can be more about the shopping and less about trying to figure out how do I, you know, enter all this data so that I can pay for what I want to buy. So it's really an exciting area.
So with that note of excitement, we will now stop here, and please stay tuned, everybody. Watch out for the keynote recording. We will be playing it in a bit. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. See you in a bit.
Thank you.